I don't think there's anything more fun than doing a podcast.
Oh
if you
my. Oh, do it.
if you're looking to grow, I say start a podcast or any other big dreams you have in life.
Yes.
If you have big
Yes.
dreams in your life, like we did a year ago and we weren't really sure how to reach them, well, we're here
Yeah.
to talk about this today and the habits that have changed us. So
Yes.
I'm Mary and
I'm Jan, and we together are Take Two Tuesdays. So, what we want to do is we want to bring some laughter into your life. We want to get you thinking and inspire you to do a do over where you need to do a do over, to take two. Yes, I didn't use my
yes. Oh, just use those hands.
And face those changes and face your do overs with optimism. That's part of our challenge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and who doesn't love a fresh start? Like, I don't know, a year ago we had this big dream, visualized it, and started just making it happen without even knowing what we were doing. So we encourage you.
I laugh every time thinking about
I know.
Really didn't know.
So we encourage you to visualize a dream that you've had, something you'd really love to have happen in your life, a change you'd like to see. Maybe even challenge yourself to do it this year. Meet that challenge for yourself. Set it up. And think about what's getting in the way. I mean, what's the holdup? For us, the holdups were huge. Mostly technology and our organizing ourselves and getting some habits about organizing. But your habits aren't just what you do. They're also about what you avoid, aren't they, Jan?
Oh my God. Yes.
And so we know this struggle.
The struggle. Yes. It's for me, I could go into sorry. I got when you have that little right there on on your lip. Feel it. Sorry.
Yeah, that little thing is like
I'm a lip gloss junkie. I think my lips are addicted. So anyway, that's off track. So I can get into a habit overload where I want to make all these changes or avoid all these things, and I get overwhelmed, and then it paralyzes me. And so what I just have to do is, when I created the new habit of taking a breath of and going, okay, so I will just what's going on here, wherever I am, whatever that habit is. And I'm going to pull out just one of my habits. And this one is something I need to avoid, not create, but to avoid. And that is the scrolling in the rabbit hole. Last fall, I realized it was, I'm like, and my scroll isn't even mindless stuff. I would start scrolling for learning things and going, oh my God, and it would just keep going. And then you know how the algorithm goes. It just keeps bringing you more.
Just chases you.
Yes. So, and then the FOMO of missing out on information that I might need. It was very real for me. And so I've started, it's, whoo. First of all, I was like, damn. Ooh, and it's true, the hours and then it does create the mental exhaustion. So my habit of avoiding. So with that, I have to, in the avoidance, I have to create a new something with that. So I'm getting it's really cool because it's creating inside my body maybe a 5-minute timer. When I start the scroll, I've started to feel uncomfortable. I'm like,
oh, nice.
I know. So I'm going to go with it. And that's just been real recent. That's just been a recent thing for me. So I'm going to stick with that habit and listen. It's like, no, it's time to stop before it's too late.
Yeah.
And that's just, and that's something, there are all kinds of things that you want to do, especially when you have that fresh start. But this is important for me. I've got a lot to do this year. So, and you, Mary, what's a new?
Well, actually, an old habit that I got rid of was that calling myself stupid. I wouldn't say it out. I wouldn't say it out
Oh,
loud, but I just say it in my head, and
yeah. Oh,
I got in
oh,
the habit of stopping myself and replacing that phrase with a positive, and it's worked.
yes.
I never call myself stupid anymore. Oh, maybe I did yesterday. It's like, stop that.
Stop it.
but
Yes.
but you talked about that power of flipping the habit,
Yeah. Yes.
the
Flip.
do over.
Yes. Yes. You can't.
And
I agree. I agree. I'm so proud of you.
that was a biggie for me, actually. When
Yeah.
we've done that for years and years, and then like, oh, that's ridiculous. It's not helping me at all in my life, so get rid of it.
I know. Well, to go with that, I address the dancers because I don't know of one human being that doesn't have those conversations in their head. And
Yeah.
so I can now see it on a lot of my dancers' faces. And I'm like, I know what's going on in your head. I know that
Mm-hmm.
negative, that thing, right? And
Criticizing themselves. Yeah.
yes, it's important. And I love that. So we've got avoiding and creating. Yes. And it can be both. It can be both.
hmm Yeah. And then if
Yeah.
you found that you said this earlier today, if you want something different,
Yeah. You have
what?
to do something different. You just
Yeah.
can't keep doing the same thing and expect different results. We can't.
hmm
And so it's a reflect. Take a look back on like my scroll, your words, your self talk, and see things that aren't working that are actually like negative in your life.
Yeah,
And
and what it's gotten in the way of your own
yeah,
growth or your progress.
ooh, yes, 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 yes,
So
yes. Because burnout
yeah.
wasn't helping me. It was exhausting me. And then I I wasn't doing the things that I wanted to do to level up my game.
hmm So in that, Jan, you wanted to learn some new skills, and that was it was
Yeah.
taking you off track with learning. Even
Yes. Yeah. It was.
it's wild.
Yeah, it is. I know. I would get tired when there was still, it could be work time or productive time versus exhaustion time.
hmm
So,
Yeah.
so here's my, where I flip this script. I'm going to take two. I am a producer, not a consumer.
Brava. Yes.
So
Awesome.
there,
Yeah,
there we
and that
go.
messaging, putting that message in your head, like a meme
Yes.
like that, I think is so valuable because it
Yeah.
helps you just like recite it to yourself. Like, then you
The
can move
I am,
forward.
yeah, the I am
Yeah,
statement.
I
The I
am.
am.
Yeah.
Yes. Whew. That's a whole
Yeah.
nother podcast. I can't wait.
That's another, yeah. So there's something about research and something in research
Yes.
that talks about habit forming and how it can take you 21 days to make a habit, a behavior, some behavior you don't like, to make
Yes.
that a habit, to change it to a new habit, and a whole 90 days to make it a real life change and change your whole lifestyle about it. Wow, but
That
that's something
is.
that's so doable. And think about that in a year's time. Is that 4 habits you could change? 4 big
Yes.
habits. Ooh.
Yes. Yes. Having your mental
So
edge. Woo.
yeah.
Woo. Woo.
So
Woo.
we're wondering if this is your year, like it is for us, a year
Yes.
for a new mental edge. Oh
Hmm.
yeah.
I
So
know.
we think that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. No. You go. You go.
Well, we think that both you need both. You need discipline to do that thing, but you also need breaks from it. You need to stop and just to reevaluate and to
Yes.
give yourself a breath, because with both rest and discipline, then you really can endure through something that just seems really impossible, but you can do
Yeah.
it, and it helps you to
Yes.
stay the course of it. So I know that we have really high intentions for ourselves, Jan and I, this year,
Yes.
and we always have big hopes for you. And that's why we're hoping you're here and listening and participating, and that
Yes.
you're seeing this new chapter of your life as something that it's going to feel really good. And that next year, when it's this time next year, they're going to be like, yes, I made
Yes.
so much
Yes.
progress.
Yes. So we're inviting you to join us to create our community of habit changers. Oh,
I like that.
because we community of growth is important to both of us, and I know if you're watching, it's important to you too. So with that, we're going to challenge you and challenge a habit that hasn't been working for you. That is, and we're all different, so it's going to look different. We can give you tidbits,
Mhm.
but it's also knowing yourself and knowing
Yeah.
and accepting it. And
Yep.
so what isn't serving you and that's keeping you from something, I want you to look at it and know that you can do a do-over. So with all that, you have to stay connected with us, and they have to do what, Mary?
Dream big, I guess. Is that what you're saying? Take two at any time? What was that a cue for?
I don't know. I felt like I was talking too long. I'm like, oh shit, I'm stepping over people. We can talk about our email and stuff. How about you invite them to the emails?
Yeah, we have a weekly email that elaborates on what we've been talking about here. It gives some really great tips for what you can do
Yeah.
in the meantime before you listen to us again. We use this 3-2-1 system of our email, so we really like how it's very simple and gives you some quick
Yes.
things that you can try
Yes.
out. And then we always love hearing from you. It's just our favorite thing. So when we get
Yes.
feedback from you, or when we hear that you've tried something, it just makes our day. So we
Yes.
hope that this year ahead for you could be something you can't even dream of right now.
Yeah.
And it's all because you made some little tweaks in your habits.
Yes, 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 yes. And thank you always for your follows, your comments, your shares, your subscribes, all the
Yes,
things.
thank you.
And thank you for joining us and listening today. And remember, you, look what I've got. Look what I've got. You have the power of a do over. Take two at any time.